He should be right in. So we'll go ahead and call the meeting to order. Good afternoon, everybody. It's good to see everybody. Let's go ahead and get started with the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Rhea, you want to lead us in invocation, please?
Dear Lord, as we come together for matters of business, let our hearts be humble, unselfish, and in good faith. May you bless our thoughts and words and help us make decisions for the good of all. We pray this in Jesus' mighty name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Okay, again, it's good to see everyone, and I'm going to ask that we take things a little bit out of order and go ahead and go into the executive session, if I can get a motion to do so.
Chairman, recommend you entertain a motion to enter into executive session for item 6D, 6E, 6F, and 6I.
Entertain a motion.
So move.
Second. Got a motion and a second. All those in favor, vote aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. All right, executive session, please. We need a motion. Sheila,
Yes, sir. Just a motion to reconvene and
Make a motion to reconvene into regular session, please.
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor, vote aye.
Aye.
Okay. The next item on the agenda, any public comment?
no, sir, we have
No public comment. Item 1, Chairman's report. Really, I'm going to give you back the time that I took last time. There's really not very much else to report. We all pretty well know where it stands, so I'm done.
Gracious of you, Mr.
Yeah,
Chair.
all right. That's all we have on that item.
Yes,
Number
sir.
2, staff reports.
Yes, sir. Chairman Directors, item 2A and 2B, report on program manager activity. Ruben Alfaro is going to give a very brief report, and then Ramon will give a very brief report on construction.
Good afternoon, Chairman, Directors. Ruben Alfaro, Development Engineer for the record. Going over the overweight permit summary. For the month of July 1st to July 31st, the month of July, we issued a total of 6,181 permits, an increase from last year. So it's the second time this year that we go above what we did last year. So good news, we went above 3.5%, almost 3.52% from last year. We collected $1,261,502. Of that, 166,887 came to the RMA. So comparing the latest 3 years, as you can see, this is the second month on this year that we go over 2024's numbers. So we're able to catch up a little bit on that race with the previous year. So going for the whole year, January 1st of 2025 to July 31st of 2025, we have issued a total of 41,187 permits for a total amount collected of $8,407,086. Of that, $1,112,049 came to the RMA. As you can see, the percent change is we're still below what we did last year until July at negative 10.44%. As you can see on the next graph, our gap last month was 12.5%, negative 12.5%. This month, our gap is negative 10.54%, so we're able to make up 2% this month. We're still on a deficit from last year, but we're catching up, so hopefully that positive trend continues for the later months of this year. Finally, for the accumulated overweight report from January 1st, 2014 to July 31st, 2025, we have issued a total of 430,010 permits for a total amount collected of $76,641,646. $1,000,000 $3,230 have come to the RMA. So we just surpassed the $10 million dollars in total for the accumulated fees. Um, Talking about a little bit about development updates, we're still in review for the environmental services and preliminary engineering SOQs. We should have a ranking for the next meeting, and we're working with our consultant HDR to develop the new HCRMA website. So you should also hear news soon on that website development. And that's all I have.
Ruben, how many did, I appreciate your report. How many are under review? What did you get?
We got
responses?
six responses, yes.
Okay, I think you mentioned that.
So we'll be working on those reviews and hopefully bringing it to you guys the next meeting.
Okay. Also, I wanted to point out, I appreciate some of the tweaks that you made to the overweight report. I appreciate that. They're better and explain well. Anything else, anybody? Okay,
No, we did have the metric that we're measuring when you're grading these proposals locals.
Locals as part of the ranking? I don't believe it's a metric there.
Yeah, I thought we had discussed that at the last meeting.
I also believe that question came up, Pilar.
I may have said that one of the items was local consideration.
I'll go back and review it, but yeah.
Yeah, I think it was Carlos that
Yeah.
asked the question. You confirmed that it was going to be part of the metrics.
Okay, yeah, I'll go back and check. Yeah,
Okay.
thank you.
Okay. Then we'll move on to our construction report.
Yes, sir. Good evening,
Good
Chairman, Directors. For the record, Ramon Navarro, Chief Construction Engineer for the Hidalgo County Regional Mobility Authority, here to give you a very brief overview of the two projects we currently have in construction. The first being the toll integration project. This is issued to CSEC Construction or SICE Construction for approximately, well, the contract amount is 8 million. Let me get this right. Contract amount is $11,032,829.05. The construction amount is 8.8 million and the maintenance amount is 5.7 million. That's a 5-year maintenance fee. We are currently constructing the construction phase of it naturally, and we are at 40.5% complete. You can see the total there at the bottom of the table. They did not submit a invoice for this last month, so this is the same table these are the same figures we had last month, in case you all noticed that and maybe thought there was an error. There was not an invoice submitted for this month. They continue to do work as far as installation of conduit, laying the fiber, ground boxes, et cetera, with also placing the meter and the hardware cabinets and erecting and placement of the structural steel gantries. We have, I believe, 4 of the 7 gantries erected, and the remaining 3 are where areas have not been paved yet, and we have not done additional work to be able to accommodate the gantries. Moving on to the PCI or the Pullis construction contract. We issued notice to proceed back in February of 2022 with time charges commencing on March 17th of 2022. The contract to be completed in 1,264 calendar days. If you'll notice, the date of completion has changed to September 23rd in lieu of September 21st. There was a leap year in 2024. The 1264 stays the same. It's just that they get 1 day credit before we start charging liquidated damages on the 23rd. How could you have missed that, Ramon? Sir?
How could you have missed that?
It slipped by me, sir. And AI, luckily we have AI and all of these other items that we're working with now, and that's an additional day that we did add. But the 1264 calendar days remain the same. So that's still within the contractual agreement. We do have 7 mandatory holidays per year, and regardless of the conditions, we have a liquidated damage of $16,500 per day if the time is not met. And here lately, a little later in the presentation, you'll see how many days we have remaining and where we're proceeding. We have issued 15 change orders to date for still a credit or a negative balance of approximately $8.5 million. We do have an agenda item for change order 16 on for consideration. It's for a type R riprap at the Jackson bypass for approximately $65,000. And that's up for your consideration. Moving on to the overall status of the project. We continue working progressively on the embankment. Glad to say that AEP in Zone 2 has alleviated the conflict. We completed that last Wednesday, and work is getting done with the embankment and the items of conflict there. We still have 2 zones remaining, and those will be addressed after the moratorium as far as, I believe it's September 14th or the 16th of next month. They've already got the outages approved, and we hope to be out of the way no later than October in the full completion of that. Glad to say we have made one of the 2 water connections for the city of FAR that were in the contract. We're able to connect the new 18-inch line. We've got a 24-inch line pending, and that's coming up in the near future, hopefully next month. The contractor has been concentrating on the east end of the project, which is at the Thomas I Road to the east to Military Highway connection. We've got the Dicker Road Bridge that's scheduled for a slab pour. Due to the weather, we pushed it out to the first week of next month is already the first week of September. And hopefully weather will cooperate and allow us to go in. One, we have rain, and second, the temperature outside is 106, 107 degrees. The ice and accommodating that for a 12-hour pour makes it a real challenge, but we're looking forward to the challenge and meeting the requirements. As far as the estimate, this is our 40th estimate of the month, or for the project, for approximately $2,860,565.47. That gives the tally of approximately 184 million. Well, not approximately, $184,567,440.22. You can see at the bottom, the pending remaining MOH is still at $24,201,232.80. So looking at the project status and the health, we have approximately, as of today, we have approximately 26 days remaining, with 61% of the project still needing in productivity. We have the 24.2 million in MOH that are still pending. So I thought we would go through, I'm sure some of you all are familiar with this portion of the bond report that we usually conduct, but you can see the overall status of the original expenditures that were presented to us, which is the graph on top, and where we're at with meeting the build out. They have a deficit of approximately $81,572,560. They are approximately it should have been March of 2024 that we were meeting this requirement of $184 million, where we're at now. And currently we should be wrapping up the project at the 266. And that's just the overall purview of the project. I hate to be a pessimist, sir.
Cumulative revised PCI estimate expenditures, is that an actual number?
Yes, sir.
They've given you PCIs, they provided you that, or?
They've provided us with these, as of right now, from what they've given to me, I know of, is a September of 2027 date. They have not provided us with a recovery schedule as we have been requesting from them. And we're anxiously anticipating that recovery schedule to be able to program all of that appropriately, as we have a lot of things to consider as far as monthly billings, as far as barricades, um, SW3P reports, all of these. As the project extends, these expenditures were not originally considered in the original estimate, that up and ante up the requirements. So we need to sit down and get this recovery schedule from them, and it has been requested. They did promise to provide it in June when we met in May, and we're already September, and we still have not received that report. Any questions or concerns I may entertain at this time?
Any questions?
No questions.
No further questions.
Thank you for your time.
All right, thank you. Ramon.
Happy Labor Day.
Thank you. Okay, Pilar.
Yes, sir. Chairman and Directors, the next item on your agenda is the consent agenda. All matters listed under the consent agenda are considered to be routine by the governing body and will be enacted by one motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items. However, if discussion is desired, that item or items will be removed from the consent agenda and will be considered separately.
Pilar, I just have a quick question. What you just stated right there when it comes to reviewing and so forth, and it'll be good, what you just mentioned there, is that in our bylaws? Where does that come from? I mean, how can we not discuss any of these particulars?
So that's the language that legal has, you know,
You can discuss.
Okay, I
yeah,
just wanted to make
you
sure.
just,
Fantastic. Okay, I just wanted.
But we have to pull it from the consent agenda.
yes, yeah. So you'll end up with separate motions, one to approve the balance of the consent agenda and then separate motions for the items you consider separately.
But by all means, if you have something to pull
No, no,
out.
no, I was just.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Otherwise, do I have a motion for approval of the consent agenda?
So move.
I've got a motion and a second. All those in favor vote aye.
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 Aye. Okay, that carries. Pilar?
Yes, sir. Next item is item 4A, Resolution 2025-52. Consideration approval of work authorization number 7 to the professional service agreement with Quintanilla Headley and Associates to provide surveying services to confirm as-built for the Hidalgo County Irrigation District Number 2 as part of the 365 tollway. This is to go and confirm work that was done as part of the IBWC levies. We had this third-party surveyor go in there and confirm to make sure they were built as per the plans. Work authorization is in the amount of $14,316. Staff is recommending approval.
Any questions? Do I hear a motion?
Chairman, for the record, I abstain just because I know I'm affiliated with one of the parties of my employment.
Okay,
So move.
Second.
got a motion and a second. All in favor, vote aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. That
Next
carries.
item, 4B, Resolution 2025-53, consideration and approval of supplemental number 1 to the work authorization number 7 to the professional service agreement with Quintanilla Headley and Associates to provide surveying service to confirm additional scope of as-built for the Hidalgo County Irrigation District Number 2 as part of the 365 tollway project. And again, we sent Quintanilla Headley and Associates out there to confirm that additional improvements were built as per plan. This work authorization is for $3,314. Staff recommends approval. And this is, we went out there the first time and then Ramon asked them to go out there again and confirm some additional items. So additional $3,314. Staff recommends approval.
Move.
Got a motion
Second.
and a second. All those in favor, vote aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same
Aye.
sign. You got that one? Next item.
Yes, item 4C, Resolution 2025-54, consideration and approval of contract amendment number 11 to the professional service agreement with Quintanilla Headley Associates to increase the maximum payable amount for work authorization number 7 and supplemental 1 to work authorization number 7. So this is just to increase Quintanilla's contract amount for the 2 work authorizations you just approved. This increases their work authorization by $17,630, which is the 14,000 and the 3,000. So their revised maximum payable amount is now $1,072,495. Staff recommends approval.
If we're approving the work authorizations, why do we need to approve it again?
Because the contracts are capped, Director, and so we're increasing the amount of the contract to accommodate the 2 work authorizations.
That's pretty standard procedure, the
Yes,
way
sir.
that they.
Yes, sir. And that's been the board's policy, is that our contracts are not open-ended. They have a finite amount on them, and so if we exceed that amount, then the board has to approve it.
We have to approve the actual work and then the actual amendment of the contract amount.
Correct.
Thanks. Do I hear a motion?
So move.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. All those in favor vote aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
And
That
then
carries. Thank you.
item 4D, resolution 2025-55, consideration and approval of change order number 16 to that certain contract with Paulus Construction Incorporated for the 365 tollway. So this is to approve additional riprap. What happened is that we had an item, on the plans was shown that we needed 196 cubic yards of riprap, was shown on the plan sheet. But there's a separate part of the plan sheet called the quantity and estimates, where all the quantities are summarized. And so that 196,000 cubic yard, or 196 cubic yards of riprap was omitted. And that is where the basis of payment is from. It's not from the plan sheet, it's from what's called the quantity and estimate. So it was an omission. So staff is recommending the approval of the change order in the amount of $65,012.89.
The first question, I had asked, what do you think the original cost was before the addition was made?
It was 0 because the quantity was omitted, and so we had it wasn't included in the contract. It was shown on the plan sheet, but it was not shown on what's called the quantities, which is the basis for the contract amount.
Okay. So now this is the original amount plus the addition.
Right.
Okay.
The quantity was shown, but there was no dollar amount shown for it. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Staff recommends approval. $65,012.89.
Just so I'm not making an assumption, but that's riprap. That's that layer of rock and
It's
stuff.
rock, yeah, it's rock.
Okay.
Rock we need to line the canal with.
Makes sense. All right. I hear a motion.
Motion. So move.
Got a motion and a second. All those in favor vote aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. Next.
Chairman, directors, we have no further business for the board's consideration.
No tabled items. Do I hear a motion?
Motion to adjourn, Mr. Chair.
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor vote aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Thank you, everyone. Appreciate you.